Lesson 15, Welding Safety and Health. Hello folks, welcome to our comprehensive lesson on welding safety and health. This lecture is designed to provide you with essential guidelines and protocols to maintain safety while welding, understand the health hazards associated with this profession, and comply with OSHA regulations. Welding safety protocols and best practices. Welding is a critical process in construction, manufacturing, and many other industries. However, it comes with inherent risks if not conducted under proper safety protocols. Here are some best practices to ensure safety. Personal protective equipment (PPE). Always wear appropriate PPE, including welding helmets, gloves, protective clothing, and safety boots to protect against sparks, UV radiation, and hot metals. Ventilation. Ensure your workspace has adequate ventilation to minimize exposure to harmful fumes. Use local exhaust systems or fans to circulate air. Fire prevention. Keep flammable materials away from the welding area. Have fire extinguishers accessible and know how to use them. Equipment maintenance. Regularly inspect welding equipment for signs of wear or damage. Ensure all connections are secure and functioning correctly. Training. Proper training and certification in welding techniques and safety procedures are essential for all personnel. Work area setup. Ensure the work area is clean and organized to avoid tripping hazards and clutter that might catch fire. Welding health hazards and prevention. Welding poses several health hazards that can affect welders both immediately and in the long term. Understanding these risks and how to prevent them is crucial. Exposure to fumes. Welding emits fumes that can cause respiratory issues and systemic toxicity. Utilize respiratory protection and proper ventilation systems to mitigate this risk. Injuries. The intense UV and infrared light from welding arcs can cause serious eye injuries such as flash burns. Always use a helmet with an appropriate filter lens. Skin burns. Direct exposure to welding arcs can result in severe skin burns. Wear flame-resistant clothing and avoid direct contact with hot materials. Electric shock. Electric shock is one of the most immediate and serious risks in welding. Always inspect equipment for grounds and avoid touching metal parts when working. Noise risks. Prolonged exposure to loud welding processes can lead to hearing loss. Use ear protection such as earmuffs or earplugs, OSHA regulations, and compliance. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) sets standards to ensure safe and healthful working conditions. Compliance with OSHA regulations is mandatory, and understanding these can help prevent workplace injuries. General Requirements 29 CFR 1910. Employers must provide a safe working environment, which includes adequate training and PPE for welders. Specific standards for welding 29 CFR 1910.252 covers fire prevention, protection against radiant energy, and ventilation requirements. Hazard communication 29 CFR 1910.1-00. Employers must communicate information about hazardous chemicals used in welding through labels, and respiratory protection 29 CFR 1910.134 specifies requirements for respirator use to protect against inhaling hazardous fumes. Record keeping. Employers must keep records of work-related injuries and illnesses and report any incidents to OSHA as required. Executive summary. Here's a comprehensive summary of welding safety and health. Personal protective equipment (PPE). 1. Helmets and shields protect eyes and face from sparks, heat, and radiation. 2. Gloves insulate hands from heat, sparks, and electrical shock. 3. Safety glasses protect eyes from flying particles and sparks. 4. Fire-resistant clothing prevent burns from sparks and flames. 5. Steel-toed boots protect feet from heavy objects and hot sparks. Health hazards. 1. Inhalation of fumes. Welding fumes can cause respiratory problems and cancer. 2. A damage. Ultraviolet UV and infrared IR radiation can cause eye damage and blindness. 3. Noise-induced hearing loss. Prolonged exposure to loud welding noises can cause hearing loss. 4. Electric shock. Electrical shock can occur from faulty equipment or improper use. 5. Fire and explosions. Sparks and flames can ignite flammable materials and cause fires or explosions. Safety precautions. 1. Proper ventilation. Ensure good ventilation to prevent inhalation of fumes. 2. Regular equipment maintenance. Regularly inspect and maintain equipment to prevent electrical shock and other hazards. 3. Use of welding screens. Use welding screens to prevent sparks and radiation from escaping. 4. Fire watch. Assign a fire watch to monitor for fires and take action if necessary. 5. Proper storage of equipment. Store equipment properly to prevent damage and electrical shock. Emergency procedures. 1. Fire extinguishers. Have fire extinguishers readily available and know how to use them. 2. First aid. Have a first aid kit available and know how to administer basic first aid. 3. Emergency shutdown. Know how to shut down equipment in case of an emergency. For evacuation procedures. Establish evacuation procedures in case of an emergency. Training and education. 1. Welding training. Provide welding training to ensure employees are competent and safe. 2. Safety training. Provide safety training to ensure employees understand hazards and safety procedures. 3. Regular safety meetings. Hold regular safety meetings to review safety procedures and discuss hazards.
Here's a comprehensive summary of welding safety protocols and best practices. Pre-welding safety protocols. 1. Personal protective equipment PPE. Wear helmets, shields, gloves, safety glasses, and fire-resistant clothing. 2. Ventilation. Ensure good ventilation to prevent inhalation of fumes. 3. Equipment inspection. Regularly inspect equipment for damage or wear. 4. Work area preparation. Clear work area of flammable materials and ensure proper lighting. Welding safety protocols. 1. Electrical safety. Use properly grounded equipment and avoid electrical shock. 2. Fire prevention. Keep fire extinguishers nearby and monitor for sparks or flames. 3. Eye protection. Wear proper eye protection, including helmets and shields. 4. Hearing protection. Wear earplugs or earmuffs to prevent noise-induced hearing loss. Post-welding safety protocols. 1. Clean up. Clean work area of sparks, slag, and other debris. 2. Equipment maintenance. Regularly maintain equipment to prevent damage or wear. 3. Inspection. Inspect welds for defects or imperfections. 4. Proper storage. Store equipment and materials properly to prevent damage or electrical shock. Best practices. 1. Regular training. Provide regular training on welding safety protocols and best practices. 2. Safety audits. Conduct regular safety audits to identify potential hazards. 3. Proper equipment use. Ensure proper use of equipment, including following manufacturer instructions. 4. Continuous improvement. Continuously review and improve welding safety protocols and best practices. Regulatory compliance. 1. OSHA regulations. Comply with OSHA regulations, including 29 CFR 1910.252. 2. OS standards. Comply with American Welding Society OS standards. 3. AS standards. Comply with American Society of Mechanical Engineers ASME standards. 4. Local regulations. Comply with local regulations and ordinances. Here's a comprehensive summary of welding health hazards and prevention. Physical hazards. 1. Eye damage. Ultraviolet UV and infrared IR radiation can cause eye damage and blindness. 2. Skin burns. UV radiation can cause skin burns and increase the risk of skin cancer. 3. Hearing loss. Prolonged exposure to loud welding noises can cause hearing loss. 4. Musculoskeletal disorders. Repetitive strain and awkward postures can cause musculoskeletal disorders.
Chemical hazards. 1. Welding fumes. Inhalation of welding fumes can cause respiratory problems and cancer. 2. Heavy metals. Exposure to heavy metals such as lead, cadmium, and chromium can cause kidney damage and cancer. 3. Solvents. Exposure to solvents can cause skin irritation, respiratory problems, and cancer. Prevention measures. 1. Personal protective equipment (PPE), wear helmets, shields, gloves, safety glasses, and fire-resistant clothing. 2. Ventilation. Ensure good ventilation to prevent inhalation of fumes. 3. Respiratory protection. Wear respirators or masks to prevent inhalation of fumes and particles. 4. Regular health checkups. Regular health checkups can help detect health problems early. 5. Proper welding techniques. Use proper welding techniques to minimize exposure to fumes and radiation. 6. Training and education. Provide training and education on welding health hazards and prevention measures. Conclusion: welding is an occupation with numerous potential risks, but by following established safety protocols, wearing the correct PPE, maintaining compliance with OSHA regulations, and staying informed about health hazards, welders can significantly reduce their risk of injury or illness. Safety is everyone's responsibility, and maintaining a culture of safety ensures a safer workplace for all. Thank you for joining us in this lesson. Remember, safety first. Happy learning, folks.